Greetings. This is English news broadcast live from the ERi-TV headquarters in Asmara. It's 10:30 p.m. Saturday, December 4. I'm the reporter Miriam Johannes with your daily updates, and here's a rundown of the top stories for tonight's news segment. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. Seminars to nationals in Italy. Oil studies pouring against as rising COVID cases spur demand worries. An attack by Islamic State militants killed 3 villagers and 10 Kurdish soldiers in Iraq. And now we proceed to the details for the local news. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 16 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests is carried out today at quarantine centers and testing stations in the Central and Ansaba regions. Out of these, 15 patients are from quarantine centers 6 and testing stations 9 in Asmara Central region. The last patient is from a testing station in Karan, Ansaba region. On the other hand, 15 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central region have fully recovered and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 7,240, while the number of deaths stands at 61. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 7,458. Ministry of Health, Asmara, December 4, 2021. Eritrean nationals in the Italian cities of Firenze, Bari and Catania held seminars focusing on the objective situation in the homeland. Present at the seminar that was conducted in Firenze, Mr. Fisahat Petros, Eritrean ambassador to Italy, gave extensive briefing on the objective situation in the homeland and the region. The head of public and community affairs at the Eritrean embassy, Mr. Girmay Habte Mikael, and Mr. Orobay Fremetin, chairman of the Eritrean community in Catania, also gave briefings at the seminars conducted in Bari and Catania, respectively. The participants on their part expressed readiness to strengthen organizational capacity and unity and participation in the national affairs. The National Confederation of Eritrean Workers organized a training at the Massawa Vocational Workers Training Center to 60 workers. The 2 weeks training included food and beverage services, reception, management of social services provision institutions, as well as effective communication. Speaking at the conclusion event of the training, Mr. Haptamaram Tesfa Mikael, head of the National Confederation of Eritrean Workers branch in the Northern Red Sea region, said that the objective of the training was organized in cooperation with other national associations was to develop the capacity of workers in the tourism sector and play due part in the development of the tourism industry. Mr. Alexander Tetamka, expert in tourism sector on his part, said that similar training programs will be organized with a view to increase the number of professionals in the tourism sector. Representative of the trainees expressed readiness to apply the training they received in the development of the tourism industry in the country. At the event, awards were handed over to outstanding trainees and certificates of participation to stakeholders. Stay with us. We will be right back with the international news after this short break. Welcome back. Crude prices ended little changes on Friday after erasing earlier big gains on growing worries that rising coronavirus cases and a new variant could reduce global oil demand. Earlier in the day, oil prices climbed more than $2 a barrel after producer group OPEC Plus said it could review its policy to hike output at short notice if a rising number of pandemic lockdown chokes off demand. Brent futures rose 21 cents or 0.3% to settle at $69.88 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude ended 24 cents or 0.4% lower at $66.26. The Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, Russia and allies, a grouping known as OPEC Plus, surprised the market on Thursday when it stuck to its plans to add 400,000 barrels per day supply in January. But OPEC Plus left the door open to changing policy swiftly if demand suffered from measures to contain the spread of the Omicron coronavirus variant. Markets across assets have been roiled all week by the emergence of Omicron and speculation that it could spark new lockdowns and dent fuel demand. Officials in Iraq's autonomous Kurdish region said an attack by Islamic State militants on a village in northern Iraq on Friday, December 3, killed 3 villagers and 10 Kurdish soldiers. The attack took place in the Mahmur region, a hotbed for Islamic State activity that sees regular attacks against Kurdish forces, Iraqi forces, and often civilians. Mahmur is a mountainous area about 70 kilometers southeast of Mosul and 60 kilometers southwest of the Kurdish capital of Erbil. A statement from the Kurdistan's region's armed forces, the Peshmerga, said Islamic State militants attacked the village in the early hours of Friday, killing 3 residents. It said Peshmerga forces intervened, resulting in clashes that killed at least 7 of their soldiers. Kurdish security and hospital officials said the final death toll was at least 10 Peshmerga soldiers and 3 villagers. There was no immediate claim by Islamic State for the attack. The group regularly waged assaults against security forces and civilians in the area. Following is a recap of tonight's major headlines. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. Seminars to nationals in Italy. Oil steady sparing gains as rising COVID cases spur demand worries. An attack by Islamic State militants killed 3 villagers and 10 Kurdish soldiers in Iraq. That's all from us for now. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.